My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new edition of Africa Today. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Well, Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdel said that Egyptians expatriates are part of Egypt's strength, voice and image around the world. He was speaking at the inauguration of the fifth session of the Egyptians Abroad conference held under the slogan "From the Mother of the World to the Whole World." Abdel said that the event is an important annual event for boosting communication between state bodies and Egyptian communities abroad. He also said that Egyptian communities abroad play an important role with regards to public opinion in their respective countries, which he said encourages tourism and investment in Egypt. He called on Egyptian communities abroad to activate the soft power of Egypt and back the comprehensive and sustainable development drive, he said, is being witnessed in Egypt. He also said Egyptians abroad are part of development through their financial savings and their investment contributions to Egypt. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Dr. Raouf Gaafar, the political analyst. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Mike.
Well, Dr. Gaafar, how did you follow the opening session of the fifth edition of the conference of Egyptian expatriates today?
Well, I mean, it's always very useful to keep contact with the Egyptian expats. As you said, these represent the soft power of Egypt. They can have the voice of Egypt reach practically everywhere in the globe. So it's very important to get them together every once in a while. This is the fifth time. I think this is the fifth conference for the expats, which means that there is always a relation between the mother country and the expats, wherever they are. So I had to mention this before. This time, I mean, they discussed the agenda of this conference comprises a lot of perspectives and very interesting ones. I mean, first of all, they are presenting, I should say, the opportunities for investments in Egypt by explaining what we achieved as far as infrastructure is concerned, etc., and what are the topics and different initiatives in which we as Egyptian government would like our expats to participate in. So first of all, they will speak about the available business and investment opportunities, and they will, of course, put it in front of them as a showcase so that they can pick up what they want. Then they will talk about the training, education, and what have you, so that people would know that interested in promoting education and training and what have you for their expats in and outside the countries, and to make use of that have studied abroad and the teaching abroad, to make use of their expertise and experience and transfer it to the students.
Yes. Dr. Gaafar, yes. How do you see the timing of the conference amid the global uncertainties?
I beg your pardon?
How did you see the timing of this conference amid the global uncertainties?
Well, I mean, as I say, Egyptians, different from any other country, even when they leave their country and live abroad, they still keep very close ties with their countries. And this is an important thing. I mean, different from other nationalities. they forget about their mother country and they start their life wherever they go. But Egyptians, they still keep very warm contact and relation with their own country. And this is very important in interacting between the mother country and the expats, and to make use of the maximum.
Yes. So, Dr. Gaafar, how would you describe reasons for the importance the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is giving to the role of the Egyptian expatriates or Egyptian communities abroad in the economic stage? And also, we have to mention the financial savings of the expatriates, of course.
I tell you, first of all, I like to mention that joining the ministry responsible for the expats to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs was a very intelligent move. I mean, they both serve the same purpose. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has embassies everywhere, and they can present all the services and all the help to the Egyptians that are living abroad. In my opinion, maybe a little better than having a separate ministry that look for their interests. We have seen that Egypt has not only asked the expats to help their country, but again, our country is helping them by providing all the services, military certificate for exemptions, and all sorts of to issue whatever legal papers or official papers they need. There are missions that go and provide the services to the Egyptians that are abroad. So it's very important, as I was saying, to keep the relation tight between the Egyptians that left their country, looking either temporary, looking for maybe education or work, and their mother country.
Yes.
On the other hand, even if they go and they immigrate and they start their life abroad, they must not forget their home country and keep close ties with the home country and try and help as much as possible, and it goes both ways.
Yes. So also, Dr. Gaafar, how would you list the contributions of the Egyptian communities abroad in the economy of Egypt? Also, in some expatriates, also Egyptian expatriates, always like to invest also in Egypt, and investment, of course, is a top priority for the government in Egypt.
I tell you, I divided it into two. First of all, expats. Some of the expats, they transfer part of the revenues to their own here, whether family, whether whatever. So this represents a reasonable income for the Egyptian financial system and economy. On the other hand, as you rightly mentioned, they must get interest in investing in their own country, whether it is a personal investment, like they come and they build their own houses, or they start a business in Egypt, but to invest their money in their own country will do them good and will do their country good. And I think this is one of the points and one of the directions that this particular fifth conference is heading to. They want to have more and more expats invest in different projects, and they offer them a variety of projects. So they have always a value added to the Egyptian economy, either by transferring part of their income and revenue to Egypt, or by direct investment of their capital in their own country.
Yes, Dr. Gaafar, also Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati today said that the event is an important annual event for boosting the communication between the state bodies and Egyptian communities abroad. How important is that? How does this conference act as a link or a bridge connecting the state bodies in Egypt with the Egyptian expatriates abroad?
Very, very important. I'm happy that this conference has become a yearly event to keep them, as I said, in contact with their country. They have to touch base every now and again. It's important to let them know what is happening in their country, what are the directives of the administration, what are the changes that are happening as far as legislation, as far as facilities presented to investors and what have you. I mean, to put them in the picture of the development that occurs in their own country and to ask them to participate in this development. So having this conference as a yearly event is very important, and I am hoping it will continue year after year, because it is everything is changing sometimes very quickly. So the expats, they have the right to know what is happening in their country, what are the facilities, the extra facilities that are being offered to them, and so that they can decide what to do and how to help.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Dr. Raouf Gaafar, Professor of Economics and Political Analyst, thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, Cairo has called for boosting trade and investment in Africa and to accelerate intra-African trade. This came during a conference on African trade in Nigeria. More in the following